Testing. Oh, there we go. Finally. All right. What is up, you guys? It's your boy Rob, Hollow Avarice, back again. To continue our stream of Final Fantasy 16. Last time on, Barney the dinosaur cut the ocean in half. We got the power of Shiva after a very nice night. With Jill. Let's... Yeah, we got our butts kicked by King Barnabas. Out of game. In game, I think we were doing very well until he launched an unblockable attack. I haven't played in the past few days. I haven't really played since last weekend. I did a little off stream. I was playing around with Shiva's powers. It's alright. It's very crowd control-y. It's very all about drawing them in. Diamond Dust is a lot of fun. It's alright. It's not my top. We got a lot to do, though, so I want to check some of this out. While we're here, let's go speak with Isabelle, the dame herself. We're getting ready, preparing to take down the final Mother Crystal in Ash. Drake's spine. That is our key.
Those things I said before.
All right.
Oh, Clive, my wards and I may soon be without a home.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders.
Oh,
Second only to his
we've
radiance
seen him.
at the head of the Imperial government. Not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes by his noble title, the Duke of Oriflamme.
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it into a military stronghold, a foundation upon which to build a new Sambrek. He's already secured the support
it's probably
of
the
various
biggest
army remnants, with promises that they shall be afforded the respect they deserve in his empire. One built on the confiscated property of the people.
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me. I have used every means of persuasion to discourage him from this folly.
Oh, really?
For whatever reason, he will not listen to me.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around.
How? By speaking out against one of the most powerful men in Sambrek. A man whose stated aim is to revive the empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. The Duke offers them a vision of strength and safety. No. Any attempt to incite mutiny would cost Philippe the support of his men. But given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be unavoidable. The people have little appetite for further deprivation.
And who could blame them?
Clive, would you appeal to the Duke for your services to Northreach? You have the respect of the soldier, and unlike Philippe, no bonds of loyalty
Sure.
prevent you from speaking your mind to the man. Well?
I'll see what I can do.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Tell me then, in the garrison?
Overseeing the troop.
All right.
All right, sounds reasonable.
The fact that the soldiers trust you may well carry some weight with the Duke. He needs their support after all. I only hope that you...
I may have met this duke before, at the remembrance ceremony.
That's where Joshua and Dion met.
It's heartening to see that the Guard have rediscovered their purpose.
As long as you remain, the veil will see to your need.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You're the dame's man, aren't you? You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. With the duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
As the son of a
Under
duke
orders not
myself.
to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about you and your heroic. Wait here.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison, and I should not tell me.
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a stronghold.
You are worried the expanded garrison will render your services redundant, yet you needn't be. Pride of place, in fact. For too long has the contribution of the noble soldier been under-reckoned, but no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles. Her defenses are sound, and her garrison well prepared, which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or Twinside. The Empire wants for a capital, with Caer Norvent as her citadel.
Ah.
Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town and the castle, we need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy of the Twin.
Okay.
Plans are already underway for the construct. Soon enough, these thralls shall learn that they are no match for the might of Sanbreque.
I fear you underestimate Haldane. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. Something they may be loath to do if they've been deprived of their worldly good.
The people will do as their leaders command. If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, she will require a functioning government, one whose authority is beyond. That is why this levy is necessary, so that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steep.
I suspect they're afraid of losing what little they have left.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there are no citizens.
They're people, though.
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later. The citizens revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask them.
No.
Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
Sabine, you are embarrassing
His
me.
daughter, I'm guessing.
You're embarrassing yourself.
Nothing to say. Jerk blacksmith. Alright. The world has really devolved in a matter of days as soon as the sky went black. Or purple.
I heard the dame got an eye concert with the Meadows of those ghasts.
Come now. She surely cannot count a dominant amongst her clients. Can she?
A question, if you don't mind. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't get me started. You build a life for yourself somewhere, earning for some noble to turn up and tell you you've got to hand it all over to. If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right to empty our purses, he's in for... We'll do whatever it takes to keep what's ours. Whatever it takes.
Good. Fight for what's yours. Screw the 1%. I believe you, my guy.
Comes calling. The only thing
Shiny. Yeah, 2 gil, baby.
Why, your stall is as ripe.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain Duke.
Nothing good, I'll wager. Going around acting like he owns the place, and with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town, not his.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she still is. Just need his eminence to sod off back to Oriflamme.
Do you see anything you like? An excellent choice. You've a keen eye. I'll be here if you need me.
Okay, I got the runic blade still. I'm hoping I'll be able to get a better weapon soon.
Right there. What is it you're after, sir?
I know there's an achievement
Just
for
your
forging
opinion,
a high-level blade.
I wondered what you thought of the Duke of Oriflamme.
Not much. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. And now he's trying to drive us out completely. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
Let's talk to the 2 in the garrison. Screw you!
You're the one who was talking to his eminence.
On the dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but it seems my words fell on deaf ear. What do you think of his plan?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the dame, but I've got a family to look. That's where my loyalties lie, not with the town or the empire. If the Duke can get us some men and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards, I don't care how he does it. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the dame.
All right.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort. Do you think that's a good...
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise... Look, no one likes all these taxes. Once Sanbreque is back on her feet... Well...
Yeah, sure. Sanbreque back on her feet. That's totally gonna happen.
It's heartening to see that the Guard have rediscovered their purpose.
Excuse me, do you have I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the Duke.
Well, he's made a lot of enemies. I mean, look around us. You can see the state the realm's in. The traders might not like having the screws put on them. But if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before things got bad, maybe think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire is the best way of making... And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do...
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
I love the armored chocobo look.
Captain.
For you? Certainly. Clive, wasn't it? Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of... Do you intend to go along with his plan?
But to tell you the truth, I'm in too much. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you love.
That's right.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She thinks they could tear Northreach apart.
Thank you, Clive. Protecting the people I love. Well, gee, thanks again.
I'm with you, my guy.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Running, running, running. I really wish there was a sprint button. "70 hours into the game, that's still my one main problem with this."
How did you fare? Were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was, but...
Clive explains.
So Northreach is to be a fortress? Oh, well. It will certainly help, though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose worldly goods are confiscated to pay for it. They deserve to be heard, Clive.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion. And the soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their order. And not just because of the Duke's rank.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sanbreque? I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for...
I don't know about...
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in, along with my resignation. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I loved. Because I realized what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of protecting. I honestly don't know when those monsters will, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to stand with you to lead us, milady. I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally convinced me, Clive.
Aw.
There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
All of us. That has always been Northreach's best hope. We have only to turn our attentions to the true. Thank you, Philippe.
Anything. Speaking of standing together, would you... I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the guard.
Not at all.
Wouldn't be the first.
Train the boys from the Vale to be a militia.
There may be hope for Northreach yet. Especially with men like you and Philippe to champion our cause. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke. But I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid again. Until then,
Until then.
Alright. It doesn't sound like it's the end of this mission yet.
Despite my repeated advances, His Eminence...
We're still alive, aren't we?
It's heartening to see that the Guard have rediscovered their purpose. I just hope they don't do anything stupid. We've lost enough people to those things.
You heard the Herald. The Emperor's dead and the Empire along with him.
Alright, I don't see His Eminence anymore. Okay. Back to Bucklad. Bombaclad. Where they're... I did the mission for her.
What's happened?
This is probably Theo's quest. Because we said we were going to help
Clive,
Theo.
You'll be pleased to know that the negotiations are progressing well.
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randala has just sent word that the contract should be signed very soon. But I still have much and more to prepare. It's a huge undertaking. You couldn't do me a quick favor.
What is it this time?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask, find out exactly how much faster I need to get all these supplies moving.
All right.
Thanks, Clive.
Oh, this was where I freed the village, right? Last stream I freed a fishing village for a group of bearers, and Theo wants to take over the responsibility so his sister can join the Merchants Guild.
Don't blame yourself, El. This is their fault. I know, but no buts about it.
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from our intermediary. The talks with the Republican army have fallen through. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium instead. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bidders. But the Consortium offered double what we did, and the army jumped at the chance.
You had no opportunity to make a counter-offer?
None at all.
El? I saw Vonnie leave.
And with good reason.
Repeating what she just said to me.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist was speaking to. How did the Consortium even find out about?
It's not so surprising. This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually. And at the price they paid, buyers will be few and far between. I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone?
Are you offering to be my bodyguard? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. Even if I fail to free these bearers, there will be others. Someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts.
Oh, and that's me. Well, it looks like I'm following orders till she gets back from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium, who've been doing their best to undermine our scheme. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She still has plans. She means to stay with us then. I can't say I'm not happy to hear it, but...
Yeah, because he thought she wanted to join the consortium.
You have to trust her.
You're right. And if El's off fighting for the cause, so I bid you farewell. I'll gather my men and leave for Cashlock. You go to Randalar and see if you can stop my sister biting the Consortium's head.
I'll do my...
Do we get to actually explore Randalar? It looked like a beautiful city.
To Randalar, then.
Are these...
Better not keep Eloise waiting.
2 of the 3 kids?
I think something might be wrong with Theo. He never plays with us anymore.
We want to cheer him up, but we don't know any good jokes.
Aw. Good kids.
What's happened?
What I wouldn't give for a hot...
Looks like this is the end of the road.
I mean, there's...
Did you see it too? Lights in the sky over the Dominion.
I did. Is it war, do you think?
There you go. Ah, you just came out of nowhere.
Run like the wind.
Like, is that all salt water in that waterfall? Otherwise, like, that might be a good place to set up, you know?
Thanks, girl.
Okay. It's probably just going to be a cutscene in maybe a small area.
I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the consort?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It It's about the bearers you recently purchased from the We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves. And then you stepped into the fray.
You misunderstand. The Consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the very first. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested that the regard was not mutual. And so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without first giving them due consideration. But what is done is done.
Alas, you are too late. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise. The bearers belong to him.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the wall. A most demanding fellow. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunk. That's what you get when you deal with continental types.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like king.
That does sound no matter then. If they've already left our shores, and with it, my interest in joining your organization.
My associates will be sorry to hear them.
That is curious.
I'm sorry you weren't able to save.
As am I. He was right. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers before I did. Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit me. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more. And he did just that. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randall up.
So you never...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposal solely so I could learn more about those bearers.
Theo misunderstood everything.
I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out.
You tried.
I did. And if what he said was true, they deserved more. I wanted so badly to see them free.
Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The village is under attack. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountains, and there's a dragon at its head. Theo and the others are trying to hold... They need help.
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join...
Hold on, Theo.
Fast travel. Traveling fast. Down there.
Faster.
You. To Draco's Deep. Hey, the Skull, how are you doing today? Welcome to chat. Oh, and thank you for the follow. I see that there.
What's the situation? All clear this end.
Alright, there's a dragon somewhere that I'm looking for. Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
Where's Theodore?
Upriver! He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village. But the whole area's flooded with ether.
We just have to pray he makes it out in one piece.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm really loving Genshin. I'm really excited for the upcoming update. The most recent event in Genshin was a lot of fun. All 3 has been good, so I'm very excited for 4 next month. Alright. There we go, finally running. Yeah. Yeah, the event did take a little while. Took me like 2 4-hour streams to do, but I still say it was worth it. Doing a drop ice is going on. Oh, well, have a good time. Yeah, will. You too. Thanks for stopping by, though. Hope to see you around. And if you're interested in Genshin, I will be doing a full playthrough of the events as they come out in August. I might be doing 1 or 2 more streams before then of Genshin. So feel free to stop by whenever you have the time. I appreciate it. Good, nice shot. Alright, another ether flow. Ooh, that's a lot of dogs. Let's go to...
The ether's too thick. These creatures have already turned.
That'll be good. There we go, that'll wreck. That'll hurt everything. 4 taken out. Cutscene time.
I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does.
I mean, this is a big area. There might be a full dragon here. It's probably going to be a wyvern. No, it's a full dragon. Never mind.
Looks like it's found me.
Never mind.
This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy.
Rip this dragon down. They weren't joking. I thought it was going to be a teeny tiny little baby dragon. Nope. Flare. side. He's gonna do a dive. Hold on. Grab. Into the whatever room base. Alright, 66,000 is not bad. I actually think that's a new record. I think my last one was 65, so 66, 90 something. There you go. He had the same moveset as Svarog, who I still have to fight. I got a goblin coin off it.
Clive? Theodore, you had me worried for...
Dying? Or Kashik? No.
We have to get you out of here. I think it might be a little too late for that.
No, my guy.
Bera or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not.
No, don't make me do this.
For keeping Elle's dream. Theodore.
Don't do this, my guy.
Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo! Stop!
Stay back, Eloise! He's turned. And so will you!
No.
Theodore. Wait. Goodbye. Oh.
God, can anyone get a break in this damn game? No one gets a break. Everyone dies. Everything is bad. Damn. Sometime later.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people.
And now he's gone because I sent him to that place. Against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses, and I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce,
I
played at
really liked
soldiers
Theo.
instead. A late bloomer. In more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables, but before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead.
Capitalism.
But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night, and the choice I made, and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. That he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another.
They both tried to build each other up.
You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives, and you always would have.
You're right. It was so we could be together. Oh, Theo.
You suck, game.
I know Theo wanted me to move on. But I'm staying here at the Crimson Caravans to continue our work. We can make a difference here. We can help people. Save them. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do. Bringing smiles to people's faces and to Theo's. This is the life I have chosen.
I've made a choice of mine to continue helping you however I can.
Thank you. Let's go on together then. For Theodore.
Am I gonna get the sign, just like I got with the hangman? Crimson Caravan signboard.
The Crimson Caravans is my family business now, and I would not exchange it for the world. I brought Theo here to be safe, and I have never looked back since.
I've never seen Miss L cry before. Is Theo really gone then? He's never coming back.
That's true, and we have to look after Miss El, just like Theo looked after us.
Good job, Hansa. That really bums me out.
Everything's back the way it was. I don't know how they did it.
I do. With a hell of a lot of hard work.
I'm glad Conrad and Natalie have put their differences aside. But if they're going to spend all day here conferring, is it too much to ask that they order more than a single drink?
The Town Watch and the Merchants Guild have remained united in the defense of Dalimil thus far. But we cannot be blind to the fact that having two leaderships is a recipe for division.
What we need is a mayor. One who can steer the whole town true. And I can think of none better for the role than young Lubor.
I would agree with that. Is Lubor complaining that he doesn't want to be the mayor? Is that going to be his quest?
You naughty thief! And that! Stop it, Renz!
Renz
It's
and Dricka.
dangerous!
Clive! I just wanted to see how the town's been faring.
Since we brought everyone together, all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain safely away from each other's throat and firmly at the helm. Just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill intended.
Are you a lord? Lubor's going to be one too. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalimil.
It's the mayor of Dalimil, dear child. But if the people wish me to lead them, I
Yeah.
shall. And my first act will be to build a school. Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just...
May there in...
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention, and they might have elected to take a similar approach.
Uniting all the bandit
They
groups?
formed what one could call a League of Outlaws.
Ra's al Ghul,
They
a League
grow
of Shadows.
more organized by the day.
We'll fight them all off, just won't we?
Of course we will. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more our best hope, by finding those ne'er-do, perhaps a certain...
How could I refuse?
How could I refuse?
Thank you, my lord. Victor will fill you in on the particular... I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from my scouts.
I'll go and...
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor? That's
He have a sign? He does have a sign.
One of them swings a sword, the other forges them.
Everyone round town saying Master Lubor's going to be the new mayor.
Well, there's no doubting he's the best man for the job. But you'd think he had enough on his plate already.
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition.
We may have bloodied the bandits' noses, Sid, but it seems we have not yet broken their spirit. Victor is helping us to keep track of their movements. And we're very glad of his help. That man knows the desert and its dwellers like the back of his hand.
Are you sure about this? The desert's a dangerous place. You'd be safe.
Still in Dalimil, Victor?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnis by...
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another. A sentiment Master...
You're not the...
What does he want? You?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandit, and he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. There are more camps in the vicinity, but we must strike together.
All right.
There's one upriver.
Leave it with me.
Yeah, this is all new.
If those ne'er-do-wells want to band together, let them. There'll be no match for us.
Come on. Faster!
Moving fast, rolling around at the speed of sound. Dun, 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 dun,
That must be the
dun,
Camp Victor
dun,
mentioned.
dun.
Come on then, Toggle.
That's him! The one who killed Locke and Fingers! Take his head off! To me, boy!
That'll work.
You're finished! Farewell.
Ba-ba-ba-bum. Dead. Ra's al Ghul would be disappointed in you. You ended way too easy.
I better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you? Ah, I see the bandits.
No, but...
No.
What is it?
The whole town's saying that Lubor is a bearer.
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. Some of the children spotted him, and when Lubor felled him, and without a crystal.
But that's not...
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who has made a leader of himself when the world believed he should have been a...
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a twist that I did not expect.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such a... Well, it was
Oh, it's
bound
true.
to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor, but we just couldn't.
There's nothing to be sorry for. All that matters to me is that...
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing.
All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change. We need to do something. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them.
You're right.
I'm glad you agree. I'm a Dalmek born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie They know that Lubor and I are friends. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted and impartial mediator.
I'll do what I can.
If only Lady Jane were here.
Lubor, I can't promise anything.
And that is all I... Thank you, Clive. I'm sure you have better things to do with your time.
I don't care if Lubor's a bearer. The man with the sword was going to kill us, but then Lubor shot magic at him. It was amazing.
Why are you taking the bearer's side, Victor? Are you one too?
You know I'm not. Just listen.
The bastard's been lying to us for as long as we've known him.
Can you believe we were going to make him mayor? He would have been the ruin of us all.
I think we'd better shut up shop for today. Give people one less thing to throw at him.
God damn. People in this world suck.
So, Lubor is a bearer, is he? He did well to keep it hidden so long. Unlike some of my fellow Dalamilians, the deception doesn't trouble me.
Good.
Does the world know the fool?
I saw the whole thing. The magic flew straight from Lubor's hand, I swear it. And without a crystal in sight.
None of the stalls were plundered this time, thanks Peter Gilbert. How did your men fare?
Why do they always have to make such a fuss outside? It's driving away our customers.
He knew all along that he was playing us for fools.
And we fell for it. We followed him. A bearer.
Forgive me for disturbing you.
I've seen your face before.
As have I, Lord Underhill. The rumors that he's a bear.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if I have anything to...
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this at least, he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little
leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our...
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied.
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home? Close his fort?
Perhaps. That is a question for... And they will thank you, not...
The townsfolk have made their minds up.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refuse to consider anything but their own wounded.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things...
All right.
I heard it was Sid the Outlaw who tracked the Fang. But if that's true, it would mean he was the one who killed Lord Kupkan too.
Yep.
Can you believe it? The mighty Titan, bested by some common criminal.
Yep. I can't imagine it.
Gilbert, take this crystal. It's no more use than the bearer.
That should be everything. Question is,
Those damned blackguards took all my best pieces.
Sounds like something's happening in the square.
I think we'd better shut up shop.
The bastard's been lying to us for
Go on, Sid. No sense stalling.
I assumed...
There's still hope.
Come to my island.
But perhaps not in this lifetime.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. We'll talk some sense into...
No. You and your efforts would be better spent.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie. That a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. Yourself be true. That would rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself, and so must I be. And now, I know I must embrace my new role of villain, for only united can they hope to stand against the threat. I'll need to make a suitably...
Don't go, Lubor. We'll be all alone.
Trust me, little ones. It is for...
How could it possibly be for the best? The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance.
I would not take it, Victor.
Over. And so just like that, you're going to throw this town. I thought you were better than... But it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Forget it.
You sure you're making the right choice?
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Ah, but where are my manners? Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can...
I'll...
So that's not the end of this mission. This is just like a midpoint. This is not right.
Why is everyone being mean to Lubor? He didn't do anything wrong. I'm going to go with him.
Why didn't he tell us?
You're going to try and convince me to stay. Save your breath.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
For a share in Lubor's ill-gotten gil, perhaps?
Lubor has been lying to us from the beginning. How can we trust him?
You may have your business interests to consider, my lord, but do not think you can sway us with your honey.
What do you mean, don't jump to conclusions?
Man, screw this town too. One by one, every town turns me against them. I guess Tabor hasn't pissed me off yet.
The bearer of the burning quill is within, my lord. Will he enter?
The greater number of our order live among the masses, hidden in plain sight. Even here in Tabor, our brothers and sisters pose as common folk. If any should reveal themselves to you, I beg you keep their true identity secret.
Sure. Cyclopedia of Elysian Fabulosity. Give me a second, guys. I'm just gonna take a quick bio break. I'll be right back. Uno momento. Be right back. Alrighty. And we're back.
Lord
Cyril Figgis.
Is there aught the Undying might assist you with this day?
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him with his quest to uncover Ultima's origins. Have you learned anything of note since last we spoke?
Little and less.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the truth is known. Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner.
Fallen ruins, I take it. Dating back as far as Phoenix Gate.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants of the fallen civilization, as if protecting the secrets concealed within.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our method, mayhap it would please you to observe some of our number at work.
Would that be possible?
Of course. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov, a small hamlet built around a fallen airship. I was due to visit my colleagues there. If you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure that they would be honored to relate any discoveries they have made to you directly.
I don't recall the name Kretov. I think it might have been one of the areas that I was still unable to access.
Most gratified. Might I suggest you take the road through Titan's Wake?
Yep.
It will lead you straight to the village.
Thank you.
I wish you a safe journey.
Yep, I was not able to go there, but I activated the obelisk on the last stream. That's how you do it, baby. I ran down here and activated the obelisk just in case. And now I can access it. Hell yeah. Oh, but everyone's dead. That's my guess. What other miserable things gonna... Oh my god, wait, everyone might be dead. I'm seeing a lot of bodies on the ground. Damn it! You're kidding me! I was making a joke! This game is so depressing! Why?
Oh no.
Why?
You'll pay for this. There may still be survivors.
They impacted the wall so hard they were smeared against the doors. Oh my god. Did Cyril Figgis send me here on purpose to get me killed, or is this just bad luck?
Whatever that thing is.
Fool's
Say it's
gold.
their leader. For me, boy. Forgive me.
Oh my god, I died so fast. That drained me a little more than I thought it would.
Whatever that thing is, I'd say it's their leader.
New enemies. Why are new enemies approaching? There you go. Fool's Gold. It's an interesting title for an enemy. It's Pyrite, right? Is that Fool's Gold? It's like a fake treasure. That's what the conjures the image of.
You.
Oh, you.
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. You are Lord Rosfield, are you not? We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, our brothers here occupied their attentions.
Oh, you hid?
Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to its conclusion.
Hey, not everyone's dead.
That a mercy. Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your duty. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origin, a duty of the highest import.
And you think your dead brothers would agree?
I know they would.
Yeah.
They gave their lives for the cause. Now,
Cyril told me of your work here.
I see. That is
Was it worth
May the
it? Tell me.
Firebird's flame.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another. But for a survey... I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
Let us continue then. There is a second.
You know, I dig the vibe of it. It's not as cool as our ship, but...
Think no more of us, my lord. Only deliver our findings to the bearer of the burning quill.
All right. So Tabor was part of the story, but I like how Dravazd, Kretov, they were just parts of side quests. That if you didn't do side quests, you would just be missing big chunks of the map. Whew.
Ah, you are returned.
Yeah.
A scroll containing the preliminary findings of the Undying's ill-starred venture into the ruins of Kretov, sealed with the wax imprint of a phoenix feather.
My thanks. I shall study them and inform you forthwith if I discover aught that might aid you in your fight against Ultima.
Cyril, your survey party suffered several losses in Kretov. Losses which could have been avoided. Were these your orders?
No. This was their choice. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix. It is our sole duty.
Even when death is avoidable.
My lord, I fear that this is not a point over which it would be fruitful to argue. The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations. And your opinion of our methods, however earnest, is not like to change them. We live to serve the Phoenix. Our very order exists for that purpose, and that purpose alone.
Cyril, I know that you and your brethren answer only to Joshua, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives without good reason. Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live to do their duty for years to come. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua would want you to serve him, please.
I thank you for your advice. If you will permit me to respond. Our faith in his grace, Joshua Rossfield, is absolute.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
And we of the Undying will do what we believe is right. As first shield to the Phoenix, I am sure you understand what it means to do one's duty.
I do.
Then we are of the same...
Means, hey, my guys are still gonna die for this cause. We're gonna die on this hill, literally. First chance we get. Breath of Ice, Ice Age. Alright, Martha. What do you got for me? Am I finally going to get this slumbering chocobo sign?
Wonderful creatures chocobos are. They're fast.
The Guardians of the Flame were true friends to the rest.
Can't say it wasn't a relief to see the better part.
Are the bearers taking well to their new home, do you know?
Ah, Clive, I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade. Seeds for planting. Thought I'll keep providing them with whatever they need, but if Eastpool's going to survive, it's got to be able to fend for itself. As of those poor bearers, they've lived their whole lives in servitude. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. And if you're wondering why you, well, the Wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports of Akashic. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it.
Rekindling the flame too.
There.
Gizal greens.
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hardy, they grow fast, and they fill a hole. Better that than something that'll...
Great way to describe food.
Frost. And chocobos love them too, which is no small thing. They ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right, and they're...
I'll take your...
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what... I'll go up...
I'm sure you...
Get them Gizal green seeds at... Sir Wade and Eastpool, would you?
Something new at the shop. Good to see the rest recovering.
Anything catch your eye? Take care out there, eh?
All right, next. All right, let's see. All right, we got chocobos back. We got guardians on the bridge.
I heard the Guardians saying we're supposed to grow our own food.
The victuals Martha sends us are more than enough for me.
Can't help thinking it would be quicker and easier to take care of the repairs ourselves than explaining all the ins and outs to the bearers.
Teach a man to fish.
The founder knows when we'll be finished.
Ah, Lord Rossfield, what brings you to East?
A delivery from Martha.
These are Gizal group. Martha's keen to cut the apron string. I jest, of course, but they'd long since gone to seed.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves and their loved one. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master for another. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far. It's about time we all started to provide. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses.
The Horde. They're coming, so...
Time it all. Gather the men in the square.
Yes, sir.
The Horde.
A Kashek, a veritable legion. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size.
Now you're out.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they...
What if you could call on reinforcements from East...
You mean the bearers?
So wait. You said you lack men to defend the village, though they may not be trained soldiers like your Guardians.
You're right. I will.
Cool. If you would be free, men,
Friends,
then fight!
I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter. To serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for.
Martha and her men showed
Sir
up.
Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does.
That's a leader.
We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your
Fight,
very
come on.
lives.
Beat him up!
So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going
God, I
to
love Martha.
accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves?
He hands her the frying pan! She didn't have the frying pan ready to fight, she was handed the frying pan. Yeah, come on.
What do you do?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
The friggin' frying pan.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
And is that Brennan?
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of me own voice.
Lord Rosfield, my late...
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied.
You're going to lure them into...
I am. We will have neither the time nor the... By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm with luck. That point will be the village square, and for...
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a... I'd say you have both in abundance, so please.
Ha!
Sir Wade!
Give me all the glory.
Then you know what you must. We work together, each shielding the other, that no man might fall. For Rosaria.
For Rosaria!
Good. I don't want another massacre in Eastpool.
We've no time to...
And I will do it.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too.
Right you are, Martha.
Martha. Come on, Torgal.
The calm before the storm.
The first wave.
And here it comes. Not let this village fall.
Come on, bud, attack me.
Nice try.
I was hoping we get a boss now. Okay.
Looks like that's the lot.
Lord Rosfield!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's rock.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many...
Hard to say. My men are still... I could order a
No. Let you stay here too, so I'll go after the... Join me only when Eastpool is one.
If you're sure. May the Founder protect...
Okay, and a Akashic Coral.
Something to tell me an Akashic Curl's heading towards the rest?
The Curl was sighted on Rhiannon's ride back towards Martha's Rest.
Eastpool will be safe in our hands, my lord.
I think Eastpool's in the best position of any town. Eastpool and Martha's Rest are... If they had better battlements and fortification, they'd be by far the best villages in the... I know I've seen an Akashic Adamantoise. Have I seen Akashic Minotaurs yet?
There it is.
The Bandercoral.
With me, Torgal.
In a deadly embrace.
All right. Back to Eastpool.
Some injuries, but it looks like everyone is okay. Everyone's safe.
Lord Rossfield, the Curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village. I hesitate to say it.
I think it might.
We saved Eastpool.
We saved
Thank
Eastpool.
you, my friends.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you. You brought us together.
We never had nothing to call our own before, but now we do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us. And still we doubted, but there's no doubt in my mind. We're free men. We have to fight to protect what's...
And we shall. This is our home.
They'll have us to answer to.
Come on, then.
This village isn't going to rebuild itself.
We also gotta get you guys some, like, clothes. Not nothing made of no burlap.
They're not slaves anymore.
No. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he were still with us today, this is what he would have...
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord. After all, this is my home now, too. And I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's Eastpudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud all the same. I'll have to pull my weight too. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course. Us Rosarians have got to stick together.
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables. I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds.
All right.
Lord Rossfield, clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes.
How could I forget?
Awesome demo.
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up.
This is beautiful.
When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you. I know the rest of the world will be safe in your... Thank you again for all you've done for me and mine, my lord.
We defended Eastpool once, and we can do it again.
We couldn't have done
And
this if we
again.
hadn't all pulled together. Even you and Martha chipped in.
Thank you, my lord. You showed us what it means to fight for what's ours, and we shall strive to follow in your footsteps.
All right.
The Guardians of the Flame were true friends to the rest. They fought our enemies.
Think we're
There's
all of us
Brennan.
glad to see the bearers and
The hero return. It's lucky you came by when you did. Not only
Ah.
did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool.
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that take it.
Thank you, Ma.
So, Eastpool's finally back on its feet and a home to free bearers.
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bearers in charge of themselves, thinking for themselves, working for themselves. Like your hideaway, but not even hidden away. Though I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays. You know, bearers living free like that. Reminds me of when I first met Sid. Loath as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye.
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid.
Good on you.
In fact, that's how I met him. He showed up at
Ooh.
the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful to me. I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Right under my skin it did. And you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed. And then I did the same. We made a pact that day.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing, just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change things. He certainly didn't lack for ambition.
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
Suppose you're right. And if we don't manage it, good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings. It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
Just a little.
Anyway, enough nattering.
Is this changed? Martha's resting, Joshua.
Better get back to work. The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
That levels me up. Yeah. Dope. Martha's Rest signboard. The Golden Stables, Indomitable Landlady.
Don't worry, Clive. You went alone in this fight.
Alright, back to the hideaway. Finally. No idea. Don't even remember what the thing is. Visit the infirmary to talk to Joshua. That's it.
Thank goodness Sid made it home safely.
His brother didn't look all that well, though.
He took a direct hit from Barney.
We all know that bearers.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost. I have compiled some new entries.
More stuff for you, Harpo. Good old tomes.
You wish to study the tomes?
Is there a maximum? Jill, on the Shadow Coast, after bested by Barnabas, in the bed of the Naldia Narrow, the two fled to the Shadow Coast. She trusted her icon to him. Sleep near Harbard. He was just Lord Harbard. Sleep near is known as the constant night. Appeared again, countless doubles of himself, proving Joshua's theory that he is no swordsman, but a creation of King Barnabas. Martha, dreaming of a better world. The Guardians of the Flame. Philippe, giving up his thing, fighting for Northreach. Victor staying in Dalamil. Lubor being a bearer. Drika. Renz. Theodore. Lost his life to his own blade after being taken by an ether flood while trying to protect the haven from a rampaging dragon. Eloise in mourning. Elschild, heir apparent of the Kenvarian trading house. Right, nothing about Isabel? Okay. Sir Wade as Warden of Eastpool. The High Cardinal. Duke of Oriflamme. Sabine, the daughter of that. So the fact that I have that means I'm absolutely going to be having more and more missions with these two. Ultima. To whom kings kneel. We're not doing bad. The Undying. A search for answers. Laying down their lives for Joshua. Page 1 is done. Page 2 is done. Page 3 is done. 4 is done. 5 is almost done. Kretov. This is probably all going to be Waloed because it's after the Kingdom of Waloed. And Drake's spine is in Waloed. This is all side quest stuff. Castone, Silver Peak Consortium. Icons. Phoenix and Ifrit comprised his perfect form, the icon of the lesser element serving as sacrifice to Mythos' altar in order to test the pulse of the vessel. Oh wait, icons are shattered aspects of Ultima's power given flesh by human hosts. And it is the two Wardens of Fire, Phoenix and Ifrit, who together comprise his perfect form. The icons of the lesser elements serving as sacrifices to Mythos' altar. Unbranded. Most bears who identify at age of birth. An unbranded bear can live like any other man or woman so long as their knack for magic remains a closely guarded secret. The Akashic. They claim that the Akashic are divine in nature. Einherjar destroyed. Geishel Greens. Will, what separates humans from animals, given shape by consciousness, the sense of self, and the freedom of thought. Shiva.
The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
Mid said I can ride the Enterprise next.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of Papio nuts and all.
Yeah.
It worked.
Clever girl, that one. So, what'll it be?
Ah, craft ice brand. Yet deep was frostbite, leaving her fell mark upon the skins.
Should last you a good while. Anything else?
Oh, look at it. That's a cool looking blade.
I will not forget this kindness, my lord. I shall go to Eastport, but as soon as the rebuilding work is complete, I promise to return.
I mean, it's already done, my guy. Thank you for helping me guide my mentor free from his mortal coil. We physicers are not without our limits. I cannot hope to cure every ailment, every wound, save every life. No problem. Captain Doris. I and the Cursebreakers have concerned the well-being of our captain despite the apparent unrest. Lady Doris refuses all offers of assistance. Speak with the captain and learn what troubles her. Absolutely.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me.
I've noticed Doris has been missing for a hot minute. In Lost, there will be found. Theo is gone every morning I wake. I expect him to be there in the stables, watering the birds and readying the packs. Yet he is not, and it is everything I can do to not fall to my knees and weep. Still, I know I have to move on, but that does not mean I have to forget. My brother and I built all we have here together, so as long as I still have the caravans, he will ever be with me. That I shall honor him in death by carrying on what he strove for in life. Good for you. Even weirder science. Blacksmith Blues 4. When will you be satisfied? Martha's. The emblem of Martha's Rest. Personal fiefdom of the landlady of the Golden Stables. An island of safety and security in the sea of anything but. The sleeping chocobo of the Guardians of Bears of Rosaria can rest easy. The Crimson Caravan signboard, an emblem of the Crimson Caravan, porters of the wide renown based on the market town of Baklat. I do like that sign. I like that sign and the Sleeping Chocobo sign. And I like that crystal. Everything else is kind of basic.
I suppose you've got quite the tale to tell.
A lot of them. I'll let you get some nice warm stew.
help, you said?
Charon.
I'm looking for Doris. Is she here?
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest. My job, actually. When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself.
Did she?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the Beastmen. I'll go and find her.
If she's not moved on already.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried.
What will it be today? Allow me to educate you. I have the details here.
My one thing. Friggin' Sir Tyler is still marked there. He's still not grayed out because his death has never been confirmed. Eggy, it says.
One must understand one's place in the world. Very good.
You need anything, you just ask. We might not have your resources, but
How may I help you today, Clive?
We've got a bunch of stuff. We got one more at least. Natalie reports an unexpected surplus in Dalimil's stores, and as means of showing the town's gratitude, past citizens has expressed her distinct wish that one Lord Underhill partake in good fortune. 20 clutch mines, we writes 2,500 ability points. Hell yes.
You earned this.
Ring of Swift Shot. Ooh, Genji gloves. And a Fallen Enigma and a new Orchestrion roll. That's huge. Genji gloves are always big.
Come again. I may have more for you.
Heard the bad news then,
What bad news?
about Dravost. Blackthorn's old hall. Well, anyway, the mines just down the road from there are spewing at Aoife like no...
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Akash, Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. If something ain't done soon...
I won't let that.
Didn't think you would.
Does Blackthorn?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. You reckon we should tell him?
No.
Yeah, well...
Alright. Every time I help Blackthorn, I get a new thing on the old map there. Or a new forge.
Again, why settle for low-born chaff when we've honest-to-goodness royalty right here beneath our roof?
Alright, Asta.
So, she don't need sails?
With Canva in the hands of Akashic, we'll need to find another port. Preferably one as well hidden as the ironworks.
Don't tell me.
Oh no, I'm working on bringing another one of the chief's designs to life. It's got a reverberatory hood over it that, let's just say it gets very blimmin' hot. Only mithril engines get hotter. Trouble is, we won't be able to make it out of any old rubbish, nee? And I hear you once helped Helena get her.
Yeah.
If it's for the good of the hideaway.
Oh.
So,
we've got a couple of examples.
more fallen material. So this smelter is similar to the mithril engine in...
That's right. And what's more, their direction. We've collected as many...
So you want me to visit some ruins, destroy some echoes?
That's it, and we're only 3 short. There's one up Amber Way, in that ruin that they call Lost Plume, and another in the Silent South, over in Dalmekia. Last one is in the ruins of Advent. It's all right. It'll do.
Alright, even weirder science. We will improve. We will rebuild.
Miss, can we read Miss Editor's story for our lesson today?
What a wonderful idea, Jocelyn. Let's do just that.
Heroes 3. Aemith the Brave, Arturius the Bold, Jos the Brazen, Mida Delphis, Charlene of the Seven Stars, Sidwin. So it's all based off them. I love it.
Finally finished the book I was writing. You're welcome to read it. If your husband hasn't already defiled its pages with his infernal scribblings.
And the lost.
Huh.
Have you tried Molly's lemon tarts? I've never had anything.
Is there out you need? Be careful out there.
You have a full-on chocobo just hanging?
If I painted you black, could you fly me across the lake?
Don't paint birds.
Listening.
So what do I owe the honor?
Nothing, don't worry about it.
Take the full job.
One, two, three. Let's help out Dravozd first.
Oh, you're here. August waiting for you inside.
So Dravozd is still standing. For now, at least.
If you can swing a hammer, you can swing a sword.
The brass neck of that girl. Everyone's coming together to fight for their lives, and she hasn't lowered her prices a gill.
Clive!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts. It told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves.
Well done.
Welcome.
Welcome back, Sid.
I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravozd would turn out to be the realm's most infamous outlaw? Keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did ya?
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down, unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. So then, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
Then your idea of an apology. Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best.
I did, but that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravozd. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine.
You're what Dravozd needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work, and I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty.
Even if it meant we all stop.
Enough. You can finish beating each other up once Dravozd is safe.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway.
Yeah. So have I.
Sorry, Clive. Short enough on time. Still, give us a mo.
Prick or not, I won't abandon Dravozd to a swarm of Akashic.
Just say the word. The villagers know to keep out of sight when the fighting starts.
You,
All right, let's do it.
Right, you
Let's
are.
try out. Let's
No
test
one
out this
really
new
asks
ice
surprises, do
blade.
we? Oh, and Black.
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open.
Good idea.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if it.
Well, let's hope you don't. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade. No heroic last stands, you hear me?
August's right. I've seen the people here are tough and willing.
I'm going out. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate, and it won't come to that. Take good care of Dravozd.
Leave it to me. And Give those things what for, yeah?
Just take care of any that slip through that I miss. See, this is it. Like, yeah. Seal the gate behind me. Let me handle this. Ooh, an Akashic Bighorn.
Alright. Which one of you's first?
I love the... Everyone burns. An Akashic Griffin.
Help me, boy. All yours, Torgo.
There we go. Dope. Melted like butter.
Is that it?
It's like enemies in this game can't take a Kamehameha. Dragon?
Apparently not.
Oh. That's new. That's a chimera. Lion, dragon, the Canyon Chimera. Oh, dang it. dragon's voice, the ram's voice. And this should finish him off. Big bang attack, baby. A friggin' chimera. Came out of nowhere. Ah, that's a new thing for the bestiary, though. The Canyon Chimera. With the one goat head, one dragon head.
It is. Did I miss any?
Like, did some Akashic slip by while I was fighting that thing?
You're still in one piece.
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot.
Only Alma.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall.
Good.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later.
Can I harvest that now for parts? Alright.
Sid! You're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. But mostly...
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inept. There's no getting rid of that ether, meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines...
And that's if the flood don't spread. I hate to say it, but the village's days are...
That may be, but with ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than anywhere. We'll fortify the gates, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right. Then we'll give you a hand shoring up those defense...
Good.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos needed you, so...
I shouldn't have stayed away so long.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy when, for me, it was anything but. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you, and from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally. Something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but... Dravos isn't what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmeki. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same fort.
That's a kind offer. There's people who trust their lives to my steel. But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the...
I'd like that.
Just be sure
there you
to tell
go.
Snotty to let me in the next time I come calling.
Knowing him, he'd let you in anyway. Blackthorn. The Master Smith turned outlaw. Back in my good graces. I never thought I'd see the day.
I say that went pretty well.
Even better than I'd hoped.
Sid, I've got something for you.
Their signpost. Oh, the cracked anvil. Never mind, another seal.
And this is?
A token of a lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to...
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel. And I've learned to own an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler and they're not just for show.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravozd in the first place? Hmm? A certain ring. I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand to a different kind of metal between the two of us. I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a form.
So he's better with fine work and he's better with blades and the harder crafting.
You know what? Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the Hideaway, would you?
He's more than welcome, as long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan.
With a little help from Blackthorn, I don't see why we can't restore Dravozd to its former glory. Barring ether floods, that is.
I'll tell you what, Clive. If we pull this off, it will ruin every other sword you've ever held.
I'll get him back to the Hideaway. Don't you worry about that.
The beast was charging at me, and he threw himself in its path. He died to save me.
No, he didn't. He's just out cold. He'll be fine when he wakes up.
Oh.
Thank you for your help, Sid. I don't know if we could have done it without you.
I have some things for sale.
Just save your town. Any discounts? No.
Farewell, traveler.
Can we come out now?
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Are you hurt?
I assume when they're done, I get that. Another signpost. Alright, let's head to the Crojit Echoes. Straight down and then over to our left. Give me one more second, guys. I'm going to take one more quick bio break and then we're just going to keep playing for a few more hours.
girl.
I think this is one of the spherical echoes.
Be safe. I'll need to deal with these ones first. Now to find this spherical echo.
All right, it's not hard. If that's what all of them are gonna be like, that's pretty
This is
easy.
it. Right then.
It's right outside of town. That's pretty easy.
I swore to protect this town and the people I love. I don't need a uniform to do that.
Good on you, Philippe. They all look like they're lined up. Yeah, baby. There you go. 2 down. Oh. There you go. He spoke my words before I could. What level am I at? I think I'm level 44 now.
To go.
Hawks Cry Cliff. This is right by the village of Amber, which I checked out off stream and has been wiped off the map. In fact, I have found, while exploring Amber,
Come on.
that a number of the people there have been turned into Akashic. It's one of the few areas where you can find Akashic humans. And you see there are curse breakers set up here to monitor it. Akashic serfs and Akashic miners.
This one. Go to him.
There you go. This way.
Let's go.
Bomb kick!
Right. Time to fight. Straight home now.
There you go.
That's all of them. Owain can uncross his toes now.
Alright, and that's gonna get me some update. We know that the update we get from August and Blackthorn is a new weapon blueprint.
Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
You seen Doris lying
The
around?
world seems to be changing so fast lately, I can hardly keep up.
Want to know how to tell if the world's going to rack and ruin?
Just because the
Nearly
heavens have
done.
gone to rack and ruin, it don't mean we have to. Now, let's get this started.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
It's been a pleasure, Doris.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Wrath?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver. I trust you're being careful.
Of course. And it had to be me.
Okay.
The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sanbreque.
Oh.
After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join. She's dangerous.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearers to safety.
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp.
Okay.
You go on ahead. I'll follow once I've sent word back. She asked me to join her at the Baum Archers. It's a wonder she still trusts me after everything that happened.
Could be a trap. Let's go to Odd Hill Docks, and then we'll go through there. We were just there near the Baum Arches, going to that ruin. What would make me very happy is if we eventually got a post-game where we see all these villages healed and regrowing, you know? Excuse me, sirs.
Straight
Thank you,
home now.
Ambrosia.
Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know a slaver?
Did she work for her,
We've
maybe, or
waited
was
long
she
enough.
owned by her?
She's not coming.
Back to civilization, is it?
With all haste. Lest any of you lackwits start talking like these feckless bumpkins. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. And
Yes, Mom.
oh, but before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try.
To me, Flames!
They're all lined up, nice and neat.
Farewell.
You're finished.
Stabbed in the face.
So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman I used to be. I surrender. Do with me as you wish, Cid the Outlaw.
Cid!
Ah, Doris. I take it you're not here to rescue me. You know, I always wondered where you'd vanished to. But casting your lot with this criminal...
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Cid. This woman, my former master, once trained
Cool.
bearer children to be weapons. She raised me like a daughter. And I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible. You were always so eager to learn. And had such clever hand. But you proved yourself a master of... How about it, my little dagger?
I never swore my blade to you. To liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, master.
You always were a right. Perhaps that's the reason I...
She's just gonna walk away? I mean, I could just...
What do you want to do with her?
Stab.
I am not the killer she wanted me to
Stab. I am. I'm a killer.
anymore. And she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court will see that justice is done.
All right.
I am.
And I should head back to the hideaway.
Sometime later.
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across the border.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and your letter. You don't need to worry about Doris anymore.
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sanbreque. Went quietly, or so we're told. She won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it's none too fond of black market traders either.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't.
I hope so. You had quite the past yourself before you came here, or so I understand. Anyway, thanks again, Sid. The Cursebreakers would be lost without Doris.
Keep up the good work, Cole.
And I'm already back here, so I can just pop right over to Blackthorn and get this new blueprint. Perfect. And then I'm in position to deliver both the things I need to.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of peppy of nuts at all.
The man himself.
We were just about to make a start on...
It's funny, but none of this would have been possible. You remember Camille?
Yeah?
He'll be using his leather work for the grip. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll be what gives the blade its edge. And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues engraving.
A team effort led by the greatest blacksmith alive.
Now, save that talk till the thing's finished. Right. I'm ready if you are.
To the bellows it is then.
All right. Sometime later. Sometime later.
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
Is it like Ultima? It's pretty cool looking.
The sword to end all swords.
Ragnarok.
It's quite something.
I trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you. Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsmen alive, then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps of the greats of old. It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history, but we're up for the challenge.
A list of material.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from...
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something even better than the Ragnarok.
That's a weapon I'd like to see.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lad?
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boys are on their way!
Awesome. You got a dope sword. And potentially an even better sword? Gothardamurong. A diagram detailing a forged sword that might slay a god. Ragnarok. Ancient Ashen legend purports that one day the age of dominance will draw to a close in an epic clash of icons that sets the land ablaze, cleansing it of foulness and allowing for its rebirth. A clash called Ragnarok. The end of Odin? Götterdammerung. That's a big boost. I mean, I wish the weapons did a little more than just give you slightly bigger numbers every time. You know? Like if Icebrand gave you better, like, use of Shiva. You know? Or Diamond Blade is more something, I don't know.
Trouble with your gear, or... I never thought me and Zoltan would ever speak again, let alone work together. And if it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't. What do you want?
I need 2 more Orichalcum, 2 Dark Steel, and a primitive Battle Horn. But it's plus 50, plus 50. Oof.
That it? Fine.
Do you reckon we finally got to the bottom of Blackthorn's troubles?
No need to thank me for the sword. I'm happy. You've built a fine home for yourselves. And I can see why Blackthorn's so taken with it.
Alright. It's a pretty solid looking blade, I will say. It really goes with the outfit. Ragnarok. The end of the gods. The end of Odin.
Yes. Can we read Miss Editor's story for a lesson today?
All right. So hopefully this will give me my final upgrade for HP.
I'll fit him to the smelter right.
Sometime later. Again, this give me like 3 days later, or a day later, you know?
The Telemon 30!
She's a beauty.
You saved my beacon again.
It's fine.
Oh, don't say that.
You could just...
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. And I reckon I know how. It's a metal, see? So it's lovely and strong.
Stretchy metal.
Hold more potions. I'm okay with that.
So, what do you?
Thank you all.
And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal. Can't think of any right now, but maybe one day the whole world's gonna know about the inventions you've helped us put together.
Well, hard.
Cool. Cool. And expanded potion satchel. Inventory maximized. Potions 8, high potions 5, tonics 4 and 4. With 2 Ds. Upgrade consumable potency and inventory slots to their maximum. Perfect.
Right then. Let's get back to work. These world-changing inventions.
So, she don't need sails?
Joshua, Jill, and Mid.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Altaria.
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment. but instead chose to toy with me like a curl
does with a mouse.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was
Barney.
I'm sorry, brother. It's just... I have never felt so powerless. Perhaps the prince feels the same.
Let's go find Dion. Dion cutscene. Maybe. Yeah, Dion cutscene. Which means Medicine Girdle cutscene. The nameless slum. All the lanterns for the people who died. Pretty. Let's recruit Medicine Girl and have her train under Tarja.
What is this place?
Don't move.
He's got his lance.
Here, it's fresh from the well.
Aw. Sugar. He's got his boots on the bed. Come on, Dion. What are your manners? Shoes on the bed is always just like, nah, I'm not about that.
Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
Goddamn.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing. My fault. My sin to...
Like, only a little bit, you know? Like, not fully.
And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there.
Do you have a name?
You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
No one ever buys my poultices.
Phoenix. It would seem that I owe you my wings.
Ah, there you go. Good. Good. Is Dion gonna pledge himself to join us?
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are ya?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
Tomes.
I'll go and tell you come in.
Vivienne, never mind.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
And I now have more room for supplies.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
You've seen more of the world these past 5 years than most do in a lifetime. It's a shame you never had a moment to enjoy it.
A new hunt.
You've seen more of the world these past 5 years than most do in a lifetime.
What's the next goalpost? 25 more for Ring of the Swift Shot. Genji Gloves is... That's pretty far away.
All done?
2365.
You need anything, you just ask. We might not.
Oh no, I thought I would be done after Svarog. The Tricephalic Terror. The caravan colossal beast they had encountered. To hear them tell it had the aspect of a dragon, a lion, and a scorpion all at once. Yep. Alright, so Svarog and a Chimera.
I still say it were a compliment.
Say it all you like. It doesn't make it true.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out. Clive. Coin purse weighing you down. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. And how were you gonna carry all that? Is that all?
I thought Jill was going to be there and Joshua was going to be there. Did they lie to me?
Clive, please tell me you've come to take our young prodigy here off my hand.
I'm not here for Mid. I need information on Ash.
Then why not ask Molly if you can look in one of...
As soon as the Enterprise is ready, we'll be setting out for Drake's spot, and we're going to need a safe place to land.
Preferably one that won't see my ship blown to shit and splinters.
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would have resisted invasion for so long? Very little is known of Ash. We have the good King Barnabas to thank for that.
Okay.
Waloed's borders have been closed to outsiders since the day he seized the throne. If there is anywhere safe to land, you won't find it on my map.
Then tell us what we will find.
But no splinters.
All right, but interrupt me, and it's over.
Okay. Take a breath, Vivian.
Barnabas Tham, the one they call the Last King. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldamark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843.
Okay.
And that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later.
Has he stopped
Quite
aging?
untouched by time.
It's because of Ultima?
Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canva's streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain. Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether-addled alike. All of which is a roundabout way of saying that you will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash. Much of the continent has already been lost to the Blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped. And Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore.
Okay, so we're landing in the blight-stricken Shadow Coast.
You
And then
see,
moving
Clive,
on.
you had the answer all...
Do you think you can get us back to that beach, Mid?
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. But then, if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be worth doing, would it?
Well said.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lady
Line
Vivian.
from Scrubs.
morsels of common
Nothing worth
knowledge and
having
a
comes easy.
sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks. I wonder what genuine intelligence might earn.
Probably more visits. Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall now. I'll fetch Joshua from the shelves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
What will it be today? Allow me to educate you. I have the details here.
Kihel. Aha! We have a name! An orphan girl who pays for bread by making and selling medicine. Her travels took her from Dhalmekia to the Crystalline Dominion, where she nearly lost her life in the city when all was destroyed by Bahamut. As the flames died down, she labored to mend the wounds of the injured townspeople, coming across the collapsed Prince Dion, who she nursed back to health. We haven't seen anything about Terrence and Philip.
One must understand one's place in the world. Very good.
You need anything, you just ask. We might not have.
Dang it, Taria. I just did all the side quests. Oh no. Dang it, Yote.
Your grace, stay strong. Ah, my Lord Marquis. It was the greatest honor of my life.
To be appointed protector to his grace. I have served him in the capacity since he first began his journey across Valisthea, the purpose of which was twofold. To further the Undying's knowledge of Ultima, and to further his grace's knowledge of you, my lord. After he learned of your survival, your brother insisted that we try and trace your movements. Thanks to the investigation of my fellow acolytes, we learned you had taken the name of Cid.
But now...
Our journeys together are at an end. His grace bids me remain here to protect those you and he hold
so
dear.
I bid you.
My lord, if I might be so bold, please look after him in my stead.
Your companions are kind indeed.
Everyone has been most welcoming. Lady Taria has been especially gracious. Though I know something of the medicinal arts, it is hardly enough to warrant the acclaim of one so skillful.
I must admit.
At first I doubted that her praise was sincere. We Undying are trained in a few simple skills that might serve us in the field, but there's certainly no praise for those who excel in such endeavors.
I see now.
That is your way. You encourage each other, that you might each lend their strength to the cause.
Yote, is anything the matter? You seem troubled. Perhaps I might be able to help.
My lord, yes. Perhaps... It's your brother. His condition continues to worsen, though he does his best to hide it.
I had feared as much.
There are certain elixirs which can ease the suffering of those... But his grace's case is severe. The drafts I have been able to prepare for him thus far have ceased to have any real effect. So I consulted with Talia and certain of my comrades among the Undying, and thankfully a recipe was found, and our supplies. Unless we can secure more My lord, I know that I have no right to make demands of you. But would you help?
Yeah. Yeah, it's my brother.
So?
A rare herb by the name of Stonerwort. It grows only where the ether is densest. We discovered a patch near the aqueduct in Rosaria. But alas, yet more ether has erupted. The search continues for a new...
So it's only that you can't reach it?
Well...
Then I shall go in your... But... You've yet to find another source, correct? Besides...
Well, Stonerwort is easily identified by its blood-red... I shall remain here.
Okay. Phoenix, heal thyself. Physician, heal thyself.
I had only thought to ask for your assistance in finding a new source of Stonerwort. But if you're sure about collecting it from the flood by the aqueduct, I should be most grateful, my lord.
No problem, Yotes.
Clive, I wanted to give you something for the kindness you showed my mentor.
What's this?
A chest of all the medicines you're ever likely to need. Seeing as you're so reluctant to come to the infirmary, I thought you might as well take a part of the infirmary with...
I'm sure it will be very entire. Try not to work...
And work Rodrigue all the harder, you mean? I'll take that particular piece of advice when you heeded your... Besides, who else is going to see that your brother takes his medicine?
Who indeed?
I'm glad I was there for his final moments.
Displayed in Clive's chambers.
He deserved the peace he chose.
Should be easy enough.
Come on. Faster.
Kick.
All right.
Jump. That kid jump kick. here we
Here's
go.
the aqueduct. Now to find our stonewort. Yote mentioned blood-red petals. Just my luck. Well, not making anything till they're gone. There's only one thing for it.
Pop. Burn, burn. Alright, was that the entirety of the mission?
Here it is. Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive. All right. That should do it. Let's get these back to Yote.
Okay, no bonus for this, I'm noticing, just straight quest. But this should put me over in terms of reputation.
Karen says she'll provide what she can for our voyage to Ash. And has even agreed to
Covered in
Until I
nicks and
return.
lumps.
So if I hand this in, I should get a reward. I will still not have access to the Genji glove, but that will be the next thing on my list. Alright, as long as I have more than 20 renown.
Yote.
Yes, I'm sure it will serve us until we can find another source.
I'm very glad.
You and His Grace are very much alike. You think only of how you might help others.
No more than you have minding my brother. You've risked a lot.
I am honored, but I beg you, my lord, do not give too much of yourself for the sake of others.
I'll keep that in mind.
Same goes for you. My brother cares about you, so don't, you know, lose yourself in that endeavor.
You and your brother really are alike, my lord. Though selflessness is a virtue, I beg you, please take more care of it.
Eh, we're fine. We're fine.
Ah, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Is everything we've received and everything promised?
We are shadows, the quick and the firebirds wake. From his shadow do we serve our Lord, and he who would be his wings, the undying.
Here you are. Come again. I may have more for you.
Genji gloves.
Split the sea.
I mean, with a sword. That's how you split the sea. A big sword. Lower short turn of charge magic. Alright, it's fine. Probably about 20%. It's not bad, it's just don't use charge magic as often.
I have no reason to assume otherwise.
Well, then that changes everything.
Does it?
Clive,
everything?
You must listen to this. Lawsman, tell him.
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima? Well, it inspired me to delve deeper, and what I discovered appears to agree with the findings of his grace.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate. But while I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore eluded me. Now, however, I believe I know where to find a more complete example.
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle of Malleus?
I've not.
I think not, if you have. But there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins, and though its popularity eventually waned on Storm,
maintained an Ash
of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as the Crystalline Orthodox.
Wait, you said it waned on Storm. What of that?
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when new faiths rise to prominence. But if no new faith arose, then perhaps the ancient temples might still stand.
Cool.
And so, you see now why I must accompany you to Waloed.
It would appear the past still has much to teach us, though in this case, it would not have been possible without the musings of Moss. To think that you carried a copy of my old mentor's chronicles all along.
Moss the Chronicler.
I am relieved to discover it in good hands.
I shall guard it with my life.
Joshua, if you're finished here, join me in the ale hall. I need to speak to everyone before we leave.
Right away.
You too, old man. Get out behind your stacks. Get out behind your tomes,
If it please your grace, might I one day borrow the chronicles? For a short while.
Of course, Lawsman Hippocrates. You need but ask.
How do I get down there, I wonder?
Mid said I could ride the Enterprise next. No, she didn't. She said...
Alright, cutscene time. Cutscene time. Gavado, Jill Mid. What about Taria? Blackthorn, August, Doris, Cole.
My apologies.
Nectar, Vivian, Goots, Karen.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stonehere by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery. So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march, and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I will be going, and a scout. Preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. Might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though, just in case.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters, fly merchant colors, and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind. The ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home after...
But... Very well.
If there are no questions...
And nothing for Otto? Otto, run the base? Okay.
Let me know when you're leaving. I want to...
Of course.
What do you recommend?
A shirt. This is a tavern, not a brothel.
Thought I might grab myself a mug of Maeve's mead. Settle me stomach, you know, before we take to the high seas.
Okay, I'm making a save. We're ready for an adventure.
Is something wrong? Not at all, honestly. Can't a man wish his friend farewell? Just wanted to let you know that I'll hold you to that.
All right. So now I know that the hunt board goes down. There's probably going to be a bunch of hunts in Ash. Let's go. We're going to land. I want to see any more cutscenes we got. The Shadow Coast in Western Ash. So it's Clive, Torgal, Joshua, and Gav. Solid crew, solid team.
Reckon it'll be a long walk to the capital if we follow the cliffs. I'll scout ahead, see if I can't find us an inland route.
Clive. There's something I've been meaning to ask. You took her icon, didn't you?
I did.
Yes, I did. She understood.
My guy!
Oh, she understood. Understood that you decided to save the world all on your own, and that you'd die without her power. How dare you make her choose? You knew damn well she'd never refuse you. But I will. You can't keep pushing us away, Clive. The world is ours to save, not yours.
I mean...
I used my gift because I thought it was the right thing to do.
And you truly believe this will save you? Will save us all?
I do.
Then so be it. Just don't forget, you're not alone.
Think I found us a trail. Did I miss something?
A brotherly scrap.
Only that Joshua didn't.
I don't get it.
The Kingdom of Waloed.
Always wanted to visit Ash.
We're in Waloed territory now. Don't expect a warm welcome.
Skaithfar.
Oh, I don't know, Clive. That castle over there looks inviting enough.
Shall we sample its inhabitants' hospitality?
The Angry Gap, Halfcombe, The Edge of Infinity, Mother's Mines, The Great Southern Gate, Cretan Hollow, Vidargis. Is that in all the blighted area, or does that go past that to here? I wonder. Because this land does not look blighted, I will say.
Remember what I said about warm welcomes, Gav?
Oh, this place is as dead as Grieger's ghost.
Dead crystals, tattered banners, a lot of bone decorations. Oh, there we go. We got some people over there.
I knew I smelled something.
I see only orcs and a Kashyyyk.
Let's hope the villagers made it out in time.
Good. So are the orcs not... No, because we fought an Akashic orc warlord, right? So maybe orcs are just more resistant to it? Amber for selling? I'm okay with that.
Nice try.
Attack! Ogle, kill!
good. Are we gonna find any people living in Ash? Or is everyone gonna be a Kashak, I wonder? Perfect. Leads to a dead end. That's usually a sign of treasure, or there will be a hunt there at some point. Pandemonium rank S. Oh no. Oh dear. Well, we found an S rank.
Oh look, it's the king of the castle. $74,348, not bad. That's a huge boost.
Not bad. He's nearing death. Woo! S rank defeated. Pandemonium. 20,000 gil. A stained loincloth. Modesty is not a trait common among women with these orcs. It's just a mystery why they bother to wear a loincloth at all. When the thin strips of cloth afford nominal protection and leave naught to the imagination. There's some scholars, however, that argue they're vestiges of when the creatures were more civilized and serve as proof of devolution to the species. Okay.
Your reign is at an end.
Now I know I saw a chest there. Regal arm guards. Dope. Boosted defense. Yeah. So Regal arm guards and a Regal sash and Ragnarok. And I only needed the 2 high potions and 1 stone skin for that. That's not bad. I feel like with this team, I'll also could probably take out Svarog. How am I doing on... I'm near 45. How's he doing? He's alright. He's a Dromi striker. And I really should just replace these with better things by now. Saving for the moment when we can be separated. Because I want to be prepared for that eventuality.
It's Camber all over again. Where the hell are the royalists?
Seems you were right about that welcome after all, Clive.
Let's see what's ahead. Let's see what lies ahead.
Aye, aye.
That's an army of orcs. And a Kashik.
Is the whole of Ash fallen into Ultima's hands?
That's no peace delegation. We should send a warning to the others.
No. My uncle will have an eye on the coast. I trust he'll find a way to entertain any uninvited guests. Our mark is Drake's Spine, and there's a lot of road between us and it. We press on to Stonehere.
Aye, you never know. It might not be a nest of slathering monsters.
And Sleipnir's watching us.
Clive.
No?
You must go on ahead without me. This stronghold is as old as Phoenix Gate, perhaps older. It may yet hide Ultima's remaining secrets, and if we are to best him, they must be unearthed.
And that's why I saved. Because I want Joshua to help me fight Svarog.
Stay out of trouble.
I always do. Mostly.
Ash, Orcs, the Kashik, Ultima, the Royal Knights of Waloed. main battlefield versus, also known as the Kingsguard. At Ultima's instruction, King Barnabas supplemented his ranks with orcs, creating a hybrid force which he duly dispatched to wreak havoc across Valisthea. Even after Barney's death, the chaos Ultima has sown with the casting of Primogenesis continued to spread. Barnabas' death, dooming the better part of the late King's army to end up... What do you mean, Barnabas' death?
You sure about this?
About leaving my brother on his own. Of course. Mostly.
Alright. Good luck, Joshua.
Lady Vivian's map is so old, it's hard to tell which way is up. But if I'm... right, we're not far from a village called Aistla.
Then we make our way there, resupply, and wait for Joshua.
Alright, well... So we saw the march down from there to the coast, through this valley. Alright, well... Guys, I think that's going to be a good point to call it for the night. I found this very enjoyable. It was a lot of side quests, but we finally made it to the continent of Ash, and those side quests were pretty solid. It's really cool that we've completed now. I believe we've completed all the Martha stuff. We've completed all of the Blackthorn stuff. We now have the blueprint for the ultimate sword. I feel like we did. Oh yeah, we did Theo and Elle's story. That was kind of a downer. Louvbor's story, interesting, still developing, and same with Isabel's. So I'm interested to see where those two go. We got a little bit done with Taria. It's great. We got a lot done, and I'm really glad. Ah, man. This game is just so great. This game is so solid. I have a few minor gripes, and you've heard me gripe them. But overall, top tier. Top tier. Snaps, baby, snaps. I love it. Anyway, that's where I'm going to call it. Special shout out to the Skull who followed me and was chatting with me for a little bit. Good talking to you. And if you're watching this on Twitch, make sure you're following. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed. You guys know the drill. I am going on a small retreat tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. So I will not be... I might be back Sunday afternoon. I might stream Sunday afternoon. Not positive yet. So I probably will not be streaming this again until next Tuesday on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, the next stream will come out on... The streams for this come out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That has not changed. I have enough of a backlog. The YouTube will not be interrupted. So anyway, thank you so much one more time. That is all for this thing that I am doing. I will be seeing you. Till next time, peace.